Today we're looking at teeny tiny items that can sell for big money. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to look at some teeny tiny items that can sell for some big money. Today we're looking at Cracker Jack prizes and showing you some of the huge values some of these can go for. Some of the inserts into Cracker Jacks have recently been selling for $40,000 and $50,000 on eBay and many other markets across the globe. They're small, they're tiny, they're something that's missed very easily because of their size. Let's have a quick look at some just to give you some ideas on what to look for and what is out there. Now, many people haven't a clue that Cracker Jacks made baseball cards back in the earlier days, and that some of those can sell for some just monstrous prices. These are real sales. This had 101 bids. This is a slabbed one. It's by PWCC. That's the grading company. There's better grading companies in my book like PSA, but there's nothing wrong with this one. PSA may be more well accepted is the point. $48,800. Legitimate sale. This one goes all the time. This is Ty Cobb. What else would you expect for a Ty Cobb from this age? This is a 1915 original. Now, there's reproductions of this very same set. You just got to be careful. Most of them are marked as repros on the back. It has a date or a reprint or something else. These are standard prices these go for. They're teeny, they're tiny, they're small. They're meant to fit in a box of Cracker Jacks. So they couldn't be very big. Plus, they wanted them cheap to be able to give them away in a small 5-cent or less package of candy, basically. Here's a Joe Jackson card from the very same series from 1915. There's a couple series I believe they made as well. $40,000 for this one here. So they do sell extremely well. And this is a very low grade card as well. It's only a 2.5 out of a 10 scale. So it's less than 75% of the top grade. And it still went for this kind of money. Here's a Walter Johnson from the 1914 series, $15,000. Another low grader at a PSA 3. Again, out of a 10 scale. So these still go for some crazy money. It's these sorts of cards that many people miss because of the size. Many people don't have a clue on these. And again, that's why these are still turning up, because most people miss them. Unless you know something about them or know the values in these, you may just walk right by stuff like this. Now, the majority of what people see and what I find are these sorts of things. Little tin, glass, and plastic or celluloid toy inserts. Just like this one here. This is a very nice advertising bank from back in the same time frame. Cracker Jacks is marked on nearly all of the items that are made out of tin like this. Now, some of the glass and plastic ones may not be marked at all. There are tons of guides and price books out there that will help you identify them. Many other companies made tiny, teeny prizes, gumball machines and such forth too, for the penny machines, the 5-cent machines, the quarter machines. So there's a bunch of things that could be mixed up with Cracker Jacks, but the majority of them still carry a value, but not as much as Cracker Jacks. Now, Cracker Jacks also made more than just cards in the sports area. These are pins that were inserted into food. These have sharp pins on the back of them. Now, these were similar to the ones by Pep Cereal and some of the other companies, Whitehead and Hogue, who inserted them in other areas. Lots of premiums, these would be called. Prizes, premiums. This complete 25-pin set went for $795. So the value's there in these. Even a few of these, you get the right ones, they can sell for some good money as well. Here's an excellent lot of some really nice tin Cracker Jack prizes, as you can see. I find the figures. Rarely do I find the vehicles, but they are still out there. There's many vehicles like this. They're teeny, they're tiny, they're small. Some individual ones of these can go for hundreds on their own. The tin ones are the hardest ones to come by in my book. I find the celluloid, the aluminized ones on the outside, or chromed ones. I find some glass ones. I find some of the figures, but the tin show up very rarely. And as you can see, this one has 49 bids and went for almost $600. Here's an example of an early Cracker Jack box with the prize in it. Many people are unaware that they don't all say Cracker Jacks blazoned across the front of them. They made other products too, just like many other brands do. They put them under different names so they could sell them differently. They could even sell them in the same store as a typical Cracker Jack box. It's just a normal tiny box. You can see the hand size compared to the box, and it came with the prize also. Many times the prizes are these little tiny cufflinks or buttonhole advertising things. Now, I found many of these buttonhole type of advertisements here. Unfortunately, it's not the best image, but it's still an excellent item here. So be on the lookout for these. They're not going to just be mixed in with toys. Many of these items may be mixed in with jewelry or anything else like this. Now, I love paper toys. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you've seen me show off a ton of different paper items. I love this sort of item here. This is a paper toy made to look like fake glasses with eyes looking through it. Now, this folds up so it fits in a box of Cracker Jacks. The paper toys were the ones lost first or destroyed right off the bat, compared to the plastic, celluloid, tin, and other items. Still, $305 on this one. Now here's an excellent one here that has cross-category interest. This is a bobblehead as well. Bobbleheads have their own category on eBay. They can sell for some good money just on their own as a bobblehead. This is a tin bobblehead Big Cat, $305 again, 13 bids. So there's some big interest in these sorts of things. They're teeny, they're tiny. You can see it compared to the ruler behind it. It's less than an inch tall. Now, date-wise, Cracker Jacks goes back to the 19th century. This is an original Cracker Jacks Telegraph prize. This whole area is considered premiums or prizes, something that is given away if you buy something else. It's an add-on benefit for the kids. So a child could buy a box of Cracker Jacks, finish off the candy, the caramel popcorn, and they'd still have something left to play with. These always sell for some good money because of the date on them. It has a patent date of November 16th, 97 for $18.97. That's what you need to look for. Again, these show up in bags of just junk. They're tiny, they're small, they're insignificant to most people out there looking for the big high dollar items. But $305 for something the size of a quarter is big money in my book. Here's another paper toy. This is a hippopotamus. This one's pretty cute in my book. You would fold the base down and it would be able to stand up. Another $305 sale on this one. 14 bids, hot items all the way around. They're small, they're tiny, they're paper, they're easy to get lost, easy to get damaged. That's why the value is here. Now, usually when I find these in big lots. A whole big handful of them, a bag full of them, or something like that. Most people sell them in lots too, but as I said, some individual ones are well worth selling on their own. Here's a lot of 2 cars and the gun. The gun is usually what goes for some good money, the tin guns. These are all tin pieces here. These are fairly scarce, but again, they're teeny, they're tiny. Some people may mix these up with like board game pieces or something like that also. Sometimes I found some of these prizes in board game collections as well, where people have used them as playing pieces. Now here's another one of those cross-category interests. These are whistles on top of it. Many of the earlier tin items found in Cracker Jacks were a whistle as well as a toy. So it was multi-use. The kids wanted it even more that it was a whistle and a toy. $300 for this lovely pair. The patriotic one is the one that this sold for in my book. That's fairly scarce. I've seen the clown before, but I don't think I've ever seen the patriotic American flag version of this. Now, a whole nother area of Cracker Jacks are music-related ones. This is actually a kazoo. Cracker Jacks band. There was a couple versions of this one as well. 14 bids, $266, and this one isn't in the greatest condition. Somebody had their mouth on this. There's moisture involved, so the finish isn't great on most of the ones I see, but it's still sold for some incredible amount of money. Here's yet another tin prize, and this is a little larger than many of them. You can see the quarter. Most of the ones that I get are smaller than a nickel, sometimes even smaller than a penny. So it just depends on the years and what the type of material is. The earlier ones had better toys in it, like this one here. $202 and some change with 3 bids. Now, these were issued flat, just as they were printed and stamped out of the factory and slid into the box easier that way. A child would have to bend these into position. Now, these are technically checker confections, just like the canoe I just showed you. Many competitors of Cracker Jacks popped onto the market. Cracker Jacks also had the other brands that they did do as well. Any of those sorts go extremely well. Most people will put Cracker Jacks into the title, whether it was an official piece made by Cracker Jacks or not. Most people collect Cracker Jacks, collect collect prizes in general. There are price guides that just cover all of the types of candy and inserts such as cereal also. So these items can be collected across the spectrum regardless of the manufacturer. Most people do still advertise them as Cracker Jacks also. Well, there you have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
When entering the world of art, you'd be smart to dress the part. Gentlemen prefer Hanes, with all the ladies draped in crepe. The artist loves the human shape. Gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes will make you smooth and silky, shapely, sexy. Wear a pair and you could be captured for posterity. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.